What's going on, man? Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We are celebrating Veterans Day. I wanted to get a Veterans Day Lido pizza. They had a special 8-inch cheese pizza free for veterans. Just had to show them either military ID or come dressed in uniform. I didn't want to put on the uniform, so I was like, I'll just show them my ID. Mm. Unfortunately, when I went to Lido Pizza, um, the local one, it was 8 p.m. They closed at 9 p.m. And he was like, "Oh well, we're about to close." He was given like some sketchy reasons. He was like, "Oh well, we can't do orders right now." I was like, "Okay." He's like, "Well, we're going to close soon." I was like, oh, "Okay, closing in an hour." I was like, oh, "Okay, I get it. You're about to close." But then my friend was like, "Well, so you're not taking orders?" He's like, "No, we'll still take orders." I'm like, "Wow, okay." So he ordered two pizzas, one of them for me. And I intentionally ordered the same pizza that they were offering for veterans for free just to see if they would still make it. And they did. They made his and they made mine. So they took two orders, but they wouldn't honor mine for the free veteran pizza. So I'm not fucking with Lido Pizza anymore. And if anyone from Lido Pizza see this, I don't fuck with you guys anymore. It'd be different if you just couldn't make it because it was an hour to closing and you weren't taking any more orders, but you were still taking orders. You just didn't want to take the order for the veteran pizza that you advertised. hmm if I was a crude person, I would say something about the South Asian ethnicity of these people working at the restaurant, but I won't go there. But yeah, so it's Veterans Day. Thinking, hey, get this little Lido pizza because I love Lido pizza is my favorite. But yeah, they were still taking orders, but wouldn't take the veteran order. Hi, Jacinta. How are you? Are are you one of my in-laws? Are you Filipina? I can't see your thumbnail. Let me put on my glasses. I don't. Although I still don't think I'll be able to see the thumbnail even with my glasses. Hmm, hold up. Um, nope. I really can't make out the thumbnail. I mean, not the thumbnail. Well, whatever you want to call it. Um, Let me switch this to all messages. Oh. Anyway, so yeah, so that was a bust. Swim is process. Do you play Minesweeper? No, isn't that like the old mobile game from like 24 years ago? Journey Girl says hi. What's up? Three Musketeers says W. You said don't let anyone stop you. Lucky the Cat says, do you hate Roblox? No, I'm a fucking grown adult. I don't play something for kids. Swim is process. I don't know about Mobile LOL was made to teach people how to use their mice. Huh? I don't love you. I don't know who you are. I don't say I love you to random people. That shit's weird. Take that to France or somewhere. Yeah. This tip says, who did you vote for? Voted for Trump. Computer mouse. Why do you need a video game to teach you how to use a mouse? Like, it's should be self-explanatory. We've been using um, the computer mouse devices for 50 years now. Anywho, this stream is about Veterans Day. So if you come in here talking about random shit, you can exit stage left. I don't give a fuck about playing a mobile game for retards that don't know how to use a mouse that any 5-year old can master in like 10 minutes. That's stupid. Some of you must be like 12, 13 years old because asking some silly questions. Yes, I served. This the stream is about Veterans Day, veteran. Yes. I even have it on my community tabs. I really don't know how people jump into live streams and really have no idea what the streamer is talking about or the content creator. Like I literally have on my live stream, sorry, in my community tabs, a thing saying, Happy Veterans Day, and I post a picture of me when I when I enlisted. Uh, what's up, Sanjar? Please speak English, or I can't. We can't communicate. Uh, Three messages says thank you, appreciate it, welcome. But yeah, so anyway, so what I was saying when all you guys jumped into the stream was, well, all of you left. That's cool because I rather have people that actually want to talk about the topic than just a bunch of random people talking about just random stuff. But anyway, so like I said, jumping into the stream as I started it, I went to Lido Pizza. You don't know Lido Pizza. So, Lido Pizza. And I won't be buying from them anymore because, like I said, they advertised a Lido Pizza free pizza for veterans. And I went there at 8 p.m. thinking, okay, well, still got an hour, cool. And they was like, oh, well, we're not doing that here. I'm like, you're not? I was like, oh. And then they made up the excuse that they weren't doing it because it was an hour to closing. I'm like, oh, okay. But then my friend was with me. He was like, oh, so I can't make an order anymore. He said, oh, no, you can still order. I'm like, wow, okay. So he'll still take orders. So he just ordered me a pizza and ordered himself one. So they took two orders, even though they're about to close. And they took two, and there was two other people in there, and there was like two, three other people, customers in there as well. So I'm not fucking with them anymore. So I only ate that pizza, the ones I just showed you guys, the box, because he ordered it for me uh, just as a to be nice because I'm a veteran. So but yeah, I thought that was messed up. Like I would have completely understood. They just said we're not taking orders anymore because it's an hour to closing. They were, it would have made sense. Oh, we're just gonna, make finish up the orders we made prior, but they were still taking new orders. Like they took 5 people, including my friends. So, but yeah, so shows they're full of shit. But yeah, I've never heard. Oh, but going back to the other guy talking about Minesweeper, I've not heard of Minesweeper being connected to using a mouse. We've literally used that Minesweeper game has been on mobile phones for like 25 years or whatever, unless I'm thinking of something else. As far as Roblox, again, that is for kids. No, a grown man in their 30s and 40s aren't playing Roblox unless they're fanukes. But yeah, guys. So trying to, unfortunately, I think some of my watchers might be on other streams right now, but I wanted to do something for Veterans Day because last night I had did something for Marine. Well, I did a thing where I do every week where it's called Ask Me Anything, where you can come onto the platform, onto the live stream, and ask me any questions as long as it's appropriate and respectful. I'll answer those questions. But I also wanted to acknowledge that it was the Marine Corps' birthday yesterday, November 10th. They were formed in November 10th, 1775. So this was the 200. So yesterday was the 249th birthday of the Marines, the U.S. Marines. So big shout out to them again. And then it crossed over past midnight while I was still on the stream. So I was like, oh, it's now Veterans Day. But I said I was going to do a separate stream for Veterans Day today, which I'm doing now. But I seem to not have attracted the audience that I wanted. Um, that happens. So if if I can't keep that sort of audience here, then I'll probably just vacate this and go about my business and go work out before bed. But I figured I could just chillax at this time, let my pizza uh, um, digest while I did this. And I have on some lo-fi, Japanese lo-fi radio 24/7, aesthetic lo-fi hip hop music, lo-fi geek. But I might switch it. I thought it would be more Japanese sounding, less hip hop, if that makes sense. I wanted to hear something more, I guess, anime like listen, sort of. So I'm gonna switch lo-fi. This one is Japanese ramen, rainy night, rainy lo-fi songs to calm down. This one's a little better. But I don't want this either. I want like anime music. That's what I specifically want. And I don't want lo. I don't necessarily want it to be lo-fi. Let's see what I can find here. I know it's not at all related to Veterans Day, but um, here we go. Um, let's try this one. But yeah, it looks like I'm not having any takers here, so I'm about to vacate this. It's a shame that people don't actually look at the topic before they click on something. Then they decide they don't want to watch and then bounce, which is cool. If you want to bounce, it's not your thing. But at least look at what you're clicking on. Like I think some people literally just click on any live stream just to, I don't know, just I really don't know because I wouldn't do it. I can't really understand the that sort of decision making to just jump on to any sort of random live stream because I definitely wouldn't. It would be either because I find the content creator attractive, um, or they're talking about something that I'm interested in enough for me to watch. So, but does anyone have any questions? Like, I know people ask me, did I serve, or want to know when anything about Veterans Day itself, or when did I serve, or what did I do, or what are veterans? Surprisingly, some people don't really know what veterans are. Some people think veterans are only old people who served in wars from 50, 60 years ago. I'm like, no, that's not how it works. A veteran is literally anyone who served in the military. But because people are used to only seeing movies where they show these flashbacks of these guys in these old wars, and then see them now as old senior citizen veterans, they think that a veteran must be an old person, but that's not how it works. You can have served 4 years in any given um, branch of the service, and once you get out, you're already a veteran. So you may get out and you're only 21 years old, but you're already a veteran. So it's not about age, but surprisingly, a lot of people think it has something to do with age. it, it doesn't. Thank goodness. Or they even, or they think only, uh, or they think only combat veterans are veterans. Again, that's not the case. Anyone who served is a veteran. But wartime veterans is a different class of veterans, though. Yes. Um, you have wartime veterans, people who serve during wartime. So I'm a wartime veteran from serving when the Persian Gulf Wars were around. But also, that's another confusing thing because not every wartime veteran is a combat veteran. So just because you served during wartime doesn't mean that you actually served in combat. Because if you did serve in combat, you would have a combat patch on your uniform. At least, well, I'm referring to Army and Marines. I don't know exactly how the Air Force, Navy, and Coast Guard do it. But yeah, if you are if you serve in a if you served in a combat arena, you would get a combat patch on your uniform. And again, so I wanted to separate that from wartime veterans or just plain veterans or disabled veterans. That's another thing. People may think that all veterans must be disabled somehow, but I think that gets back into the misconception that they're all elderly as well. So they're all elderly and disabled. But that's not the case. Like I said, you get to serve for 4 years and you're a veteran. I served for 6.5. Yeah. So, and if I didn't get medically discharged, I probably would have kept going. I don't know if I would have served the entire 20 or 25, but probably would have did at least 10. Um, but yeah, so unless I get any questions, I'm gonna bounce. Um, have some people in the background. Sometimes they don't want to ask questions. They just kind of observe the stream, what's going on. That's cool, but sometimes you gotta have questions to keep the chat room going. I think I think the beginning of this was too spicy for people because they just jumped into the stream not knowing what it was about, and that was a bit irritating. So maybe that was too spicy. So be it. But either way, at least I kept my promise that I would do a live stream on Veterans Day. And, I'll give it a few minutes to see if people transition from maybe some other live streams or videos they're watching to this. And if not, so be it. Maybe people watch this on a live stream. I mean, not this is a live stream. Sorry, will watch this broadcast on replay, and so they would, like I said, for those people who are confused about veteran status, like I said again, veteran. Now, the Department of VA Affairs may have different categories for what is and what isn't a veteran, but for most members of the armed services, it's anyone who served in the military. Also, if you were a commissioned officer in some of the other uniformed services, because the uniformed services is more broad, is broader than the military. So for uh, so for instance, people who might have been commissioned officers in the NOAA, which I think stands for the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Association or something like that. If you are commissioned become a commissioned officer in the NOAA, you are part of the uniformed services and receive the same benefits as a veteran from the military. Like they get access to VA home loans and all that sort of stuff. Not also NOAA, but also U.S. If you're a commissioned officer in the U.S. Health Services, they also are treated as military officers and receive VA veteran benefits once they resign their commission as well. So, like I said, some people don't know that like I said, there's an extension of the military, which is, like I said, the uniformed services. And like I said, if you're a commissioned officer in the U.S., um, I think Public Health Services, I think it's called, and or in an NOAA, you receive veteran status once you leave because your commission there is treated as a military officer. So, but that's without having to go through any military training. So it's similar to like someone who may have joined the military and received a direct commission. Through direct commission, you don't have to go through basic training. You don't go through officer candidate school. You just get like I think like a 5-6 week training course. Because I was actually eligible for that when I when I was still in the service. But unfortunately, that's when I got called up for deployment, so I didn't get to put in for the direct commission status. So I missed out on that one. But like I said, then like I said, again, guys, veterans aren't just old people. Although I'm veering towards that stage of life, still a few years off of me. And again, veterans are anyone who served. Not you don't have to be old to be a veteran. It's anyone who served in the military. So you did 3 or 4 years, you're a veteran. And again, veterans, not all veterans are wartime veterans. I am a wartime veteran because I did serve during wartime. But again, that's another distinction. Not all wartime veterans are combat veterans. Like to be a combat veteran, you actually had to serve in a combat arena in that capacity. And if you do so, like in the Army and Marines, you'll get a combat patch for it on your uniforms, signaling that you are a combat veteran. Which is funny because you have some of these people showing up to all these little Veterans Day events for like their free stuff and popping off at people in these restaurants, and they're not even combat veterans. Like, dude, you didn't even do anything. Like, you were a chairborne ranger. Like, for me, for instance, I'm not a combat veteran, although I am a wartime veteran, but I'm not a combat veteran. So you didn't see me flipping out in Lido Pizza saying, "How dare you not serve veterans?" I didn't. I was just like, "Oh, okay, cool." um, I didn't react to it. I was just like, "Okay." Then my homeboy was like, "Hey, let me order two pizzas." So he ordered one for me as as a gift, for being a veteran, and which was cool. Because I mean, I could have bought one, but I was like, I came here for the veteran special. Otherwise, I wouldn't have came because I have food at home. I literally have pizza at home. So there you go. So what I did do is I went back to Facebook uh the Facebook comment where I was telling Lido Pizza earlier. I was like, oh, I'm on my way because when I found out they had this special, and they was like, see you soon. Whoever manages their Facebook page, of course. And so then I left a reply. I was like, well, I guess you got your Security Boulevard store doesn't acknowledge uh, the Veterans Day special because I went there and they wouldn't do it. I was like, they said it was because it was an hour towards closing, but they took several orders. So, I won't be going back to Security Boulevard again for their pizza. I'll still go to Lido's, just not them. Just not that branch. But yeah, guys. So I don't have anyone chatting with me. Uh, the amount of people I see in the chat room keeps wavering from like 5 to 0. So I'm just gonna call it a. I think I'm just gonna call it a night. And like I said, some of my other folks who are my regulars are probably busy doing other stuff. But for the ladies out there, if you're not giving a veteran, you're not giving a veteran some today, that's borderline hate in America. You should be giving veterans some neck on Veterans Day. Reach out and give a veteran some, because if you don't, that's like hate in America. Although probably half the country does, but we're not going to get into that today. So, um, on that note, I think I'm gonna go. But if guys, if you do want to show support, give me a like, subscribe, and a share. Those three things are very helpful. It helps me grow the platform through the algorithm when people like, share, and subscribe. Um, and if you want to give me um, some support, you can also uh, hit me with a super thanks. That should be below on your screen. A super thanks, or in my description, I have links to Cash App if you want to Cash App me, or Venmo me, or you can buy me a coffee. You can buy me a coffee app that's linked in the description as well. All those things are there. So if you want to show me support, Cash App me, Venmo me, buy me a coffee. Links in the description. You can like, share, and subscribe, which is free. Or you can send me a super thanks. And you can buy memberships. The more memberships I get, the more membership only content I will create. I do have some videos already up for members only, but I'm going to create more when I have more members. So that's how people can support me in this venture. Um, Also, leave comments if you have any questions or criticisms. Leave in the comments. I do look at all the comments, unless it's like something where it's just like thousands or hundreds of comments, and that's only happened a few times. Like when I was talking about like people like Fannie Willis and Letitia James and Kamala Harris and all this. When I start talking about some of that stuff, I got a lot of replies on that. But um, otherwise, you know, Otherwise, it's usually pretty manageable, the amount of comments that I receive. So go ahead and leave them. I do check them, and I usually do reply. If I don't reply, it's either because it was an out of pocket comment that didn't that didn't deserve a response. I didn't understand the nature of the comment, uh, or it got filtered out by YouTube's, because sometimes they will filter out certain comments that are considered, um, you know, violent or hateful and stuff like that. Um, or you or you left a comment where the comment or question is like something that's like rhetorical, so it's not really deserving of a response. It's like you just making a statement that you wanted to be heard. So if it's just rhetorical, I probably won't respond to that either. But if it's something, if you're asking me something in good faith, I will answer it. On that note, I'm out. So thank you guys. Any veterans out there, happy Veterans Day. Um, Make sure you get some today. um, but that's all, folks. Hooah.